I thought it was going to be cold.
Oh, yeah,
I gotta do it. Okay, so you're not coming down. I bought a cute new dress, but it didn't fit me very well.
Speed 1, 2.
All the way down there.
Oh, no, just like I don't want to go. I want to walk.
I didn't take it. I just cut it off it.
Don't sit there. No, not there. Ashley, turn around. Ashley. Ashley.
Good morning and welcome to Buttsfield at the stadium at Homer High School. At this time, I would like you to please remain standing. I know we're not going to do this a lot of times, but we need to do it one more time here with this. I'd like to ask at this time that Broderick Butts, Riley Delage, Ryan Poole, and Spencer Rusniak come forward. These four graduates will be joining service to their country, with Broderick joining the U.S. Marines, Riley joining the U.S. Army, Ryan joining the Air Force, and Spencer joining the Army and ROTC. These four graduates will now lead us in our pledge to the flag. When you are ready, gentlemen. I pledge allegiance to the flag. I'd ask that we give these gentlemen one more rousing round of applause. Gentlemen, you may return to your seats. You'll be thanks of this entire group for your decision to enter the service to your country. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It's a little bit warm today, but we'll take the sunshine. Welcome to Homer Central High School's 2022 commencement. This is the 76th anniversary of the Central High School and the 202nd anniversary of the Homer Academy and High School. On the stage to my right, Mr. Turk, Superintendent of Schools. Mr. Robert Nishaka is to my left, our high school science teacher and our commencement speaker today. Board President, Mrs. Sonia Apter is here. Also with the Board of Education, Mr. Luke Moranis, our Vice President of the Board, Mr. Aaron Bowens, Ms. Julie McChesney, Mrs. Emily Olsenwood, Mr. Casey Slade, and Mr. Charles Tamino. To my left, students with us, our Valedictorian Raymond Meng, Salutatorian Lucia Caravella, Class President Hannah McMasters, Vice President Carly Calabro, Secretary Hannah Slade, Treasurer Rachel Bowens. Woo! Absolutely. Let's recognize them with a round of applause. There's that cool breeze we ordered. I'd like to ask you to hold your applause for a second. There are a number of names of folks that I have to recognize for just a moment because we would not be here at this beautiful gathering without their assistance. Thank you to Ms. Kimberly Skank, our senior class advisor, our assistant superintendent for management, Mr. Michael Falls. Here with us today, assistant superintendent for instruction, Mr. Jeff Ebner, our director of athletics, Mr. Todd Lisi, high school vice principal, Mr. James McGorry. The beautiful garden in front of us was prepared by our maintenance staff. It is led by Mr. Scott Cavalier. Scott has a love of landscaping, and it shows today with his preparations for this event. We thank our maintenance staff and buildings and grounds staff for all they've done over the past week and before to have everything shine today. Special thank you to Mr. David DeGennaro and Kara McLaughlin and the band here with us today providing our music. Mr. DeGennaro, I salute you. We had a little bit of an accident this morning, but Dave is right back and conducting the band with no doubt. I expected that. Mr. Weinheimer, thank you for your assistance today. We are live streaming on the district's YouTube channel. So if you haven't had a chance to tell a loved one at home, you can shoot them that text right now. They can pick us up at the Homer Central School District YouTube channel. I'd like to thank the high school clerical staff led by Tammy Reed, helped by Kate Kerr, Deb Creever, Jennifer Tinker. Mrs. Reed this morning met me at the door and is constantly my detail person, making sure that everything comes off without a hitch. We appreciate all the support of our clerical staff in preparing this table of diplomas that we're about to present. I'd like to have a round of applause for all those individuals now, please. I would be remiss if I did not offer a few remarks on this occasion. As I look out on our graduates today, I am excited about our future in Homer, the future of our country, the future of our world. Since you were born, you've been working towards this moment. Graduation is a moment in time to look forward as many of you launch into your adult lives. What will you do? Where will you go? Who will you be? All questions you may have answered, or you may be continuing to find your own answers too. I'm excited to see those answers. In speaking with the Cortland Standard earlier today, I mentioned that you all have been tested, not by war, but by this pandemic. But we look forward now towards the recovery. You head off into your future looking forward. As you have these last few years, you'll face the challenging times that you'll find ahead with grit and determination that you've shown. You'll get through them. As you listen to the news today, there continue to be many headlines that will remind us of the importance of what we do as parents, as educators, and as members of the greater community. Graduation today is not just for our seniors, but it's for their families and for the greater community, all of whom have been involved in helping them reach this day. So I take a moment to say thank you to all those here and all those who've been a part of the class of 2022's preparation. or many people have played a role in getting our students here today. So graduates, your challenge is to find your way to make this world a better place. And whatever it is that you choose to do, you will have an impact. And you leave us with the tools to make it a positive one. Our world needs you. It is your time. My last wish for you is that whatever you have a love for, that is what you find to make your mark on and do. And for you to know that you are always welcome to come home to Homer. It's my pleasure at this time to introduce the president of the senior class, who will welcome and begin our ceremony today, Hannah McMasters.
Good morning, Mr. Turk, Board of Education, staff, parents, family and friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2022. This is the moment that we've all been waiting for. This is the moment when we're rewarded for 13 years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance. As we sit here today, waiting for our moment to walk across the stage, I want to take a moment to reflect on our time spent here as Homer Trojans and the lessons that we've been taught along the way. When we all started all those years ago, we had no idea what the journey ahead would be like. We had no idea how much we had to learn. Each school had something new to offer and a new lesson that we'll take with us wherever we go next. When we first walked into the elementary school, we were clueless as to what was ahead. We were just excited that the journey was starting. We got to make our own choices. Even if they were fall, it was a newfound freedom that we took full advantage of. Whether deciding what we wanted for snack or what color to paint our numbers, we had choices to make. And with these choices came consequences. This was a hard lesson for us to learn. We would ask for a new snack and a new color, but the answer was always the same. They would tell us that you made your choice, now you have to deal with it. This is one of the lessons that will follow us. One of the lessons that was so essential for us to learn. Of course, we got better at it. We learned what we liked and what we didn't, but we did so because of the choices we made and the consequences that came with them. As we grew, the lessons that we learned got harder and harder. When we were in the intermediate school, we weren't the little kids anymore. We knew the rules and followed them well. With that good behavior came changes. Changes in rules, changes in atmospheres moving from the intermediate school to a new building, changes in responsibilities, changes in friends. The list could really go on forever. With all of the changes happening around us, we began to change. We went from playing with toys to playing video games, racing to be the first one on the slide, to racing for captain of the football team. We were growing up and changing as we did. We started to grow into our own people. We grew into the people that we wanted to be. Without even knowing it, we were learning that change is growth and change makes us better. Moving into the junior high was the biggest adjustment of them all, but it also taught us one of the most important lessons. When we started 6th grade, the structure of school completely changed into something that we'd never seen before. We went to school earlier. We moved into 9 different classes each day. We didn't sit with the same people all day. We had 2 different teams, so sometimes we wouldn't see our friends in school for an entire year. It was scary, but with this change came a lot more freedom and a lot more opportunities for us to try new things. We were exposed to more clubs, more bands, more choirs, and we were finally able to play school sports. It was exciting to be able to do all of these things, and we wanted to try them all. For some of us, that meant our grades went down, since classes were getting tougher too. We'd go home and forget to do our homework because we were talking in the group chat that we made to talk about lunch the next day. We liked the distractions, but sometimes we lost sight of our real priorities in the meantime. We spent more time with friends and less time with family, and we practiced our sports more than our vocab words. With all these things, there's an adjustment period, and this was no exception. But in the end, we learned that no matter what, there will always be a distraction, and we can't lose sight of the things that matter. High school was an absolute madhouse, and the older we got, the more we saw it. High school is where we all made the transition into adulthood. We went from freshmen racing through the halls to seniors who were racing to get out. When we went from immature to mature, we started to see things as adults would see them. With this, we also started to see our teachers as more than just teachers. We saw them as adults too. We saw the things that they did well, and we decided that we wanted to copy them. Coming with that, we also saw the things that we didn't like, and we decided that we wanted to do better. We will continue to decide to do better. We'll change. We won't wait for someone to do the changing for us anymore. We're no longer the students. We're the adults, and we're the ones who get to make the changes now. High school taught us that if we want things to change, we need to be the change. Take responsibility for what we want and go get it. Life isn't just going to hand it to you. Nothing worth having ever comes easily. Life did not hand you the diploma you're about to receive. We earned it. We went out and worked for it. So now it's our turn. As the next generation, it's our turn to shape the world into one we want to live in. We only get to do it once. The first 18 years of our lives have prepared us for this moment, this opportunity to go out and do better. We're officially ready to go out and be better and change the world for better in whatever we choose to do next. When we were younger, we were constantly asked who our heroes were. Our answers changed with age, and they slowly began to make more sense. We started with answers like Batman or Wonder Woman, and as we began to truly understand what being a hero meant, we started to change our answers into more accurate things like our teachers, or like I always like to say, my grandma. Now that we're all grown, we're coming to realize that we need to be our own heroes. Heroes are someone you're proud of, someone you hope you can be just like. So it's time we get to be our own heroes. It's time for us to become the people we imagined ourselves becoming. All of these lessons will follow us forever. They'll follow us because of people in this community who have prepared us for this exact moment. It's time we thank you. We'd like to start by thanking Mr. Turk for all of the incredible things he's done to ensure our futures are successes. We'll forever be grateful for the safe environment you've allowed us to grow up in. Next, we'd like to thank all of our principals for teaching us discipline and showing us that good things come to those who work for them. Next, we'd like to thank all of our teachers. Without each and every one of you, we wouldn't be sitting here today. You all taught us something different that we will carry with us. We wouldn't be the people we're proud to have become if you hadn't helped us this whole time. We want to give a special thank you to Mrs. Skank. It's never easy to do something for the first time, especially being a class advisor. The last few years were crazy and nothing went according to plan. As a new class advisor, it must have been scary to start the year not having seen what a normal year was supposed to look like in a while. But Miss Skank jumped in without missing a beat. She always made sure to stay positive and optimistic no matter how tough it was. Next, we want to thank our friends and families for always being so supportive of us throughout our journey. It wasn't always an easy path, but you followed us every step of the way. We can't possibly thank you enough for that. Lastly, we want to thank the entirety of the Homer Central Schools. We want to thank the underclassmen, the secretaries, the janitors, the librarians, the maintenance staff, and all the people who made the school environment what it is. Very few students in this country are lucky enough to feel safe and welcomed in their schools, but thanks to every single one of you, we knew Homer was a place we belonged. You made us feel like Homer was our home. It's been a wild ride, Homer, but it's time for it to come to an end. This is officially the end of the beginning. It's the end of the class of 2022, but it's not the end of us. While our journey together may be done, our real journey is only beginning. We've been given the tools to succeed, and I have full confidence that we'll use them. This doesn't mean that we'll be perfect people. Sometimes we'll have to refresh our memories on some of the lessons we've learned. We'll remember that our actions have consequences. We might not always like it, but we'll remember that change is growth and change is only going to make us better. We've seen that life changes and things get busy, but we'll always remember that we can't let our distractions get in the way of the things that really matter. We can do this. Homer has prepared us to do this. It's prepared us to change the world. So, class of 2022, as we sit here together for one last time, congratulations, goodbye, and good luck. Thank you.
Hannah, you certainly lived your speech as a class president, making changes in high school, not just in your future. Congratulations on that. Delivering the salutatorian address will be Lucia Caravella.
Good
Good morning, everyone. Thank you again, Homer Board of Education, administration, faculty, staff, community members, families, and friends, and of course, my fellow classmates, the class of 2022. Can we all just appreciate the fact that we can be here in person today? The past few years have taught us a lot about not taking advantage of life's simple pleasures. I mean, who would have thought we'd be taking a moment to appreciate the simple act of gathering with family and friends? The truth is, more of our high school career has been impacted by COVID than not. So to the class of 2022, congrats. We did it. With that said, we couldn't have done it without countless support, along with learning to appreciate the small things, and altogether still accomplishing more than we could have imagined. This moment kind of seems like the acknowledgement section of a book. I know, typical of me to make this into a book analogy, but truly, we've accomplished something huge, and our journey to this point has been influenced by many. For those that don't know, I entered Homer School District in 6th grade. I remember so clearly that first day of school. I was so nervous. I knew just a handful of people, those that I had met during the SOAR orientation during the summer. That was not an easy day. I walked with my backpack to first period, an obvious no-no given that all junior high students carry their supplies to class. I didn't have the login information to unlock my computer. I couldn't figure out my combination lock on my locker, and I was late to a few classes. I remember being so frustrated that I teared up next to Livy Small in 2nd period social studies class. She probably thought, what the heck's wrong with this girl? Not a great first start, to say the least. However, there was a quick turnaround in my luck. A teacher, not even one on my team, stopped me in the hall to help with my computer. Teachers on my team checked in to see how I was adjusting. Classmates reached out to say hi, invite me to join clubs, and sit next to them in class. This jump-started my realization of how supportive Homer is. The point of this story is that behind every student about to walk across this stage today is at least one, probably many, supportive teachers, parents, friends, or family members. My teachers, friends, classmates, not just in junior high, but through high school as well, you shaped my experience at Homer, and I'm so thankful. Homer teachers, you do a phenomenal job at connecting with your students. Not just me, I can speak for many in my class that have been supported, inspired, and encouraged by one or more of their teachers. Thank you for all you've done to get us to where we are today. COVID really has brought us together, ironic as that might seem given social distancing. There's no doubt that it is changing our lives. As students, we miss some dances, sports, music opportunities, but think of all that we gained. We made closer relationships with teachers and friends as we bonded over what we were going through. It made the moments we had together even more special. Whether that be blasting music on bus rides to away games, hanging out in a favorite teacher's room during homeroom or 9th period, getting dressed and taking pictures with friends before dances, going to an out-of-town music competition, spending time with friends in the art rooms. This is what we're going to remember about our time here at Homer. The small moments added up over time that create the nostalgic memories. As we walk off the stage today, remember that life is composed of all the moments, big and small, significant and not so significant. Step back and take time to appreciate the good in each one. I'm really so proud of everyone here, but that's not what really matters. What matters is that you all are proud of yourselves. The class of 2022 is a force to be reckoned with. Despite the normal struggles that come with being a high school student and trying being the key word, to figure out what we want to do with our lives, along with COVID throwing a wrench in our plans, you've achieved so much. Graduating today are athletes who surpassed decades-long school records. Graduating today are art students who've won awards for their work and have grown so much over the years. Graduating today are music students who, despite pandemic obstacles, found an opportunity to do what they love. Graduating today are students who reached personal bests when it comes to academics, whether it was getting into a university, winning a scholarship, or pushing past a difficult class and getting through. All of us are set on our own path. whether that be college, trade school, the workforce, or the military. My advice to you all is to choose your thing and do it to the fullest. Whatever you do, do it with passion, drive, and determination. And with this, be compassionate, be kind, be considerate. We're walking off this stage today into a world that's divided and polarized. We need more listening, more acknowledgement that it's okay for someone else to have a different opinion than you. What we can do collectively is to work to find common ground with those that we might disagree with. We can work to communicate more effectively with those around us by truly listening and not just hearing the other side. Have conversations that just won't reaffirm what you already believe, but have the potential to make you learn something new. Embrace diversity of opinions and perspectives as you start your next journey. I'm approaching the time where I'm supposed to wrap it up and not just keep rambling on up here. So I'll close with this. And here's where I'm going to continue that book analogy from before. It might seem like we've reached that last chapter point in our lives. The worst part of a book, if you ask me, the story is coming to an end. You turn that last page and you're left reeling, thinking, well, what do I do now? However, what we've really reached is that next chapter, or the sequel if you choose to look at it that way, which I'm sure isn't a new concept to hear. But what's important is that we're at the point where we take all we've learned in the previous chapter or book and use it to grow and make our next even better. Remember who holds the pen. This afternoon, tomorrow, the day after that, you are the author that decides what you're going to do with this blank page set in front of you. As author Jodi Picoult said, you might not write well every day, but you can always edit a bad page. Congratulations again, everyone.
Great job, Lucia. We'll keep reading those books and looking for that next chapter. I was unable to get a glass of water coming into the stadium today, so I brought a glass from my office on behalf of our next speaker, a diehard Red Sox fan. That's a Yankee cup. I won't comment on the record. Please join me in welcoming our class guest speaker today, Mr. Robert Nishaka, baseball coach, Red Sox fan, and science teacher.
Let me get settled in here for a second and get used to hearing my voice come back to me, which I don't like. Gotta love this, don't you? I watch the news every morning, and this morning they told me to wear light-colored clothes and hydrate. There's no water left, and this is black. Okay. So a couple of heat notices. This morning I changed my speech because of this. It went from 36 pages to 6. And to do that, I fired Coach Bowers. I also wanted to give some safety information. If I go down, it was decided that Mr. Turk is doing chest compressions. Mr. Van Etten is getting the AED. And Mr. Moranis is doing the mouth-to-mouth. There is a serious tone to this pretty soon. I like to see the beach ball tradition is back. There's so many things that are going to get me in trouble after this. So when I decided to take this job, I asked my wife.
Which one?
It's an ongoing thing in class. I asked my wife, and I said, what should it be? Should I be funny? Should I be serious? Should I, what should I do? And she said, speak from the heart. and I told her I need this job. I would like to thank the class of 2022 for finally choosing me as their commencement speaker. I've been here 17 years. They actually chose Mr. Spalding before me in 2019. And what happened in 2020? I'm just saying. This is either the brightest class or you've run out of options. I could be Mr. Irrelevant. Yes, if you know the NFL draft, that's me. Okay? It's time to get serious, though. I'll go back to some humor later. Okay? I would like to thank some of the people before I get started. Please wait until I've finished for clapping, unless you really like this group. The teachers. The teachers, the TAs, the aides, the coaches, the counselors, the nurses, the secretaries, the bus drivers, the custodians, the buildings and ground staff, the SROs, the lunch staff, the administrators, and the board members. The last 2.5 years have not been easy, and they all deserve a hand. We have adjusted, pivoted, reconstructed, cleaned, sanitized, recleaned, retooled so many times. Because of the efforts of those mentioned, we are safely here today together. The class of 2022, I typoed it. There's one very important group you have to thank, and that is your parents. They Ubered you all around to friends' houses, practices, plays, concerts, and the mall. Is that still a thing? Did you ever tip them? They made you safe. They work hard to get you everything you need and try very hard to give you everything you want. Part of the reason you are here is because of them. Please stand up and give your parents a hand at this time. Okay, you can sit down now. Your final thank you should go to your classmates. This has been a crazy 4 years of high school. For those 4 years are like any other anyone has ever experienced. Hybrid, home learning, 6 feet, masks, no masks, vaccines, boosters, indoor lunch, outdoor lunch, one-way halls, staggered dismissal. Bryson, turn your camera on. Sage, turn your mic off. Sports, no sports. Singing with masks, no labs, regents. It's a long list. You couldn't have done it without each other. Nice job. "40 years ago today, I said exactly where you are, the Vestal class of 1982. Right now, some of you are doing the math. Some of you are asking a friend. Others of you are looking at Mathway, okay? The kids know that more than you, and they'll explain that later. So I'm 58. I graduated with a class of over 500 students. It was outside just like this. It was the day after the prom. Oh, yeah. My guidance counselor, Mr. Gillard, told me I would be a great engineer. I was good at math and science. I told him I didn't like trains. But I attended the University of Buffalo. Anybody going to UB? Woo! The wings are great. I entered their mechanical engineering program. I was not ready. My favorite cousin of 10 years older than me, Bucky Briggs, he said, the less you study, the more you learn. Boy, was he wrong. I floundered because I went for all the wrong reasons. I was put on academic probation, but was allowed to return. For the older members of the crowd, it was double secret probation, Blutarski. I re-entered as an undecided major and took all kinds of classes. Abnormal psychology, that was not a good thing for me. I took astronomy. Wait, what? The universe is 13.8 billion years old. Reverend Olson back in Vestal's not going to like that phone call. I was told there was an end to the universe. I'm taking abnormal psychology and I got to figure out there's an end to the universe. That's not good either. I took meteorology, multiple classes I've offered for years to call snow days in this district. Not going to happen. I finally took geology and put all this mixed together, became a camp counselor, worked summer jobs, and decided I was going to be a teacher. The path to teaching was not direct. I worked many jobs before going to get my master's at Lemoyne. I left UB and went right into the state police. Yeah, that was another double dare. My friend said, take the test. You'll do fine. I got a 99. I passed, my knees did not. In the 10 years before I started teaching, I was a manager of a farmie, a beer salesman, an insurance salesman, a roofer, a bartender, a bouncer, and I sold knives. Someday you'll be asked to sell knives. There were many jobs, but finally in 1996, I finished my master's. What's my point? There's got to be a point here somewhere. It's hot. I made more money. I've had less work, but you have to do something you're passionate about. And I have a career now and not a job. Thank you. Many of you are starting your path now. If you're going to college, try new classes. Try electives that challenge you. Travel and experience the world. Find a career, not a job. 80% of you going to college will not graduate with what you went there for. You will change majors. Good luck, work hard, limit distractions. Not everyone should go to college. I envy and respect the students who received a trade and a certificate through BOCES. Starting your career at 18 puts you so far ahead. We have a lot of those students here, and if you don't mind, and I name your curriculum, please stand up. Auto collision, auto technology, computer technology, construction technology. You're not standing. Cosmetology, culinary and pastry arts, early childhood education, graphic communication, health occupations technology, heavy equipment repair, operator and diesel technology, new visions, medical and environmental, physical therapy and welding. Let's give these kids a hand because they're starting off very well. Thank you. To those going into the military, God bless you. Be safe and come home. Some graduates are going right into the workforce. This is a wonderful time to do that. Work hard, show up early, volunteer to stay late. Opportunities are endless. Be proud of what you do and work your way up the ladder. Whatever you do, stay in touch with your friends in this community. Come back on a break, go to a game, a play, a concert, an art show, or just stop in and say hi. Stay in touch with your friends either through directly or through social media. Trust me, in 40 years, it's a lot easier to find everyone if you do that. Finally, I'll make you a deal. In 40 years, let's all meet back here. For those of you doing the math, I'll be 98. For those of you still on Mathway, I'll help you out again. Do me a favor, let's make it 20 years. God bless, good luck, and congratulations to the class of 2022.
Let me clean up. Oh. This time, the class treasurer, Rachel Bounds, will come forward to present the class gifts.
Good morning. First of all, I'd like to congratulate the class of 2022 on finally making it to graduation. It's been a very long road filled with obstacles we never could have dreamed of, but we've made it. I'd also like to congratulate the parents, families, and friends who have encouraged us and helped us on our journey. I have lots of other thank yous, but I think everyone else got it, so I'll save us some time. As the treasurer for the class of 2022, it is my honor to announce the gifts that our officers have decided to make on behalf of our entire class. That being said, I would like to invite our class president, Hannah McMasters, to help me award these donations, as well as Taven Malchek and Ryder Wynn up to the stage, as they will be accepting 2 of our donations. While they do that, I'll speak about our first donation. It is tradition that the graduating seniors donate to the incoming freshmen. Fundraising, as we all figured out, is no easy task, so the seniors leave a gift every year. This year, we donate to the class of 2026. We hope they use it to help better the school and to have fun during a hopefully normal high school career. Our next award is going to Puzzle Solvers. For those who aren't familiar, Puzzle Solvers is an organization that spreads awareness and gives support to families impacted by individuals on the autism spectrum. It was almost a no-brainer for us to pick Puzzle Solvers as one of our donations. On behalf of the organization, we have Ryder Wynn accepting this award. Our last donation is one that we all felt strongly about. Last year, our classmate, Nick Limes, tragically passed away. The officers agreed that we wanted to make a donation in honor of Nick, so we asked his family what we should do. They said we should donate to the Homer football program because of how much the program meant to him and how much Coach P did for him. On behalf of Nick, his family, and the football team, we have Taven Malchek to accept this donation. Again, congratulations to the class of 2022. We made it.
Thank you, Rachel. Formally accepting on behalf of the Board of Education, the class's gift will be Mrs. Julie McChesney.
On behalf of the Board of Education, I gladly accept these generous gifts. Thank you so much for your forethought and your care in presenting these gifts. I'm sorry, I can't do the back. I can hear myself and it's hard to concentrate. So anyway, on behalf of the Board of Education, I'd like to offer our congratulations on this momentous achievement. When you entered high school just 4 years ago, we had no idea what was in store. And after just 1 year of normal high school, you guys were thrown into a pandemic with lockdowns and quarantines. And yet you persisted. You excelled in academics. You broke records in athletics. You delighted audiences in music and in drama. And you became innovative problem solvers. We've seen this class celebrate so many occasions in creative ways. And so as you go forward into the future, we want you to keep those skills. We want you to remember that we have no idea what tomorrow looks like. So it's important to go after what you want and to really pursue your dreams. And know that it's okay to change your mind. As Mr. Nashaka said, many of you will go into college and take a class and fall in love, and that's okay. Know that you have your entire lives ahead of you. Travel, dream big, do all of the things that you want to do, and never forget that we're here, we're rooting for you, and you can always come home.
Thank you, June. The valedictorian of the class of 2022 is Raymond Mang. He will now offer his remarks. Raymond?
Good morning, friends and family. You must all be so proud of your grads. Before I begin, I would like everyone to yell out their grad's name, okay? I will count to 3 and you will shout out your grad's name. Got it? 1, 2, 3. Raymond!
I love you, Raymond!
Love you too. I would like to start with a story. An old farmer's prized horse got stolen. His magnificent stallion, one that was admired throughout the land, was gone. His neighbors all clamored around him, expressing their pity. Yet he remained calm. Who knows? This could be a blessing in disguise, he replied. A few weeks later, his horse returned with a mare. Hallelujah, the neighbors exclaimed. You really are blessed. On the contrary, said the old farmer, this could be a sign of bad luck. Not long after, his son broke his leg riding the horse. Everyone was really sad at this tragedy in the family, yet the old farmer remained unperturbed. Something good may come out of this, he affirmed. Years later, war broke out and men were drafted to fight. However, due to his son's injury, he was considered unfit to serve, and so his son lived. What if every bad thing that's ever happened to you, including every problem you've ever had, was a blessing in disguise? What may seem like a setback can be turned into a step forward. Hardships are not the end of the world. In fact, they are great ways to improve yourself and pressure yourself to get stronger. A flower in a greenhouse is protected from the elements of nature and therefore does not have to fight for itself. A flower in nature has to face obstacles such as insects, wind, cold, and competition. But these obstacles are what make these flowers stronger. We have first-hand experience of hardships during the pandemic. We all remember online learning too well. It was boring. Google Meets were mind-numbing. There was no motivation. We had to drag ourselves out of bed or just plan to attend classes in bed. We'd spend hours in front of a screen, just not feeling it. Sports were canceled. Parties forbidden. No face-to-face interaction. We procrastinated and were the least productive versions of ourselves to date. Mistakes were made. Many mistakes were made. But as the great philosopher of the 21st century, Kanye West, sagely noted, if you learn from your mistakes, then I'm an effing genius. Like the flower, we adapted. We had to practice self-discipline and time management. We had to wake up at the same time every morning, check our email and log on. Then we had to learn how to make food, or for most of us, cereal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We also learned to appreciate friends, family, and everything else we took for granted. Hugs, handshakes, heck, even smiles. We should welcome difficulties, although preferably not a global pandemic. But in all seriousness, and as cliche as this sounds, embrace obstacles. Be excited, for you have an opportunity to prove yourself and improve yourself. Take this mentality and it will get you far, no matter what lies ahead. So look forward, prepare for the road ahead, because if you thought high school was hard, you're in for a real treat. I remember one day in 8th grade after my earth science class when I told my mom that school was getting hard. Mom, I said, school is not easy anymore. What am I going to do? She lovingly replied, Raymond, it's only going to get harder from here. And she was right. Year after year, the curriculum got harder and harder, and so will life. We're about to head outside of the safety of high school and into the uncertainty of the future. We're on our own. But as long as we remember to never shy away from challenges, to tackle them head on, then we will be fine. We are the old farmer. There is more than a silver lining. There is a golden opportunity in every obstacle. And that is what life will be like. The way you respond to these challenges will be a testament to your character. And I have faith in each and every one of you. Congratulations to the class of 2022. Thank you.
We are not going to have any awards to present today. However, at this time, it's my pleasure to present the Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Tom.
Good morning, everyone. I want to start by saying what a good thing it is that Mr. Nishatka didn't go down during his speech. We would have been looking for a new earth science teacher. Because Mr. Marinas said he wasn't doing a thing, just so you know. I was ready to help. Let's make that clear. Welcome to the families and friends of Homer's class of 2022. Thank you to the Board of Education and to our faculty and staff who are here to be part of this celebration today. But most of all, I want to acknowledge all of you, the talented, hardworking, and resilient members of the Homer Central High School class of 2022. It's okay to clap, sure. You all have worked so hard and come so far to reach this milestone. My wife always says that her favorite days are the ones you know you will remember your whole life. Well, today is one of those days for you and your families. You've made your Homer community proud, and graduates, I hope that you're proud of yourselves too. You all have faced challenges that none of us could have imagined just a couple of years ago. It's been mentioned, a global pandemic, learning from home in your bedrooms, in your pajamas, staying 3 feet apart if you're in the classroom and 6 feet apart when singing or playing your instrument, one person to a seat on a bus unless you live with them. Hashtag say what? So much has been said about your struggles. Many have suggested that you've been weakened by them, that you're heading out in the world with less abilities, less skills, less experiences, that you're victims. Homer graduates, please listen to me. If you don't listen to anything else I say, do not ever, ever accept that label. Never view your challenges as a disadvantage. It's so important for you to understand that facing and overcoming adversity is actually one of the biggest advantages that you'll experience throughout your lives. I know because I've seen it myself, not just as a student working my way through school, but years later when I became a teacher and now as a school administrator. In my job, I've been privileged to know students who have overcome incredible odds, refused to accept that label of victim. As I stand in front of you today, I see a number of you that fit that description. You have inspired me with your determination and success and have made me want to be better, work harder, and achieve more. Thank you for that. Homer graduates, as you all know so well already, life, as other people have mentioned, will put many obstacles in your path. You will have unreasonable bosses and difficult customers or clients. You'll experience illnesses and losses, crises and setbacks that will come out of nowhere and knock you completely off your feet. But unlike so many other young people who have come before you, you have already developed the resilience and the maturity that you'll need to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving through it all, and to keep moving forward. You've developed that muscle, and we're so very proud of you for it. With your family's love and support, the education you've received at Homer, and the experiences you've had in your lives, let me tell you, nothing, and I mean nothing, is going to stop you from fulfilling your dreams. and you deserve every last one of the successes that I know you'll have. But I also want to be very clear that with those successes comes a set of obligations. The obligation to use the opportunities you've had to help others. That means raising your hand when you get the chance to ask the question, whose voices aren't being heard here? What ideas are we missing? It means adding your voice to our national conversation, speaking out for our most cherished values of liberty, opportunity, inclusion, and respect. The values of blue pride that you've been living here at this school. Because not one of you will ever find your greatness if your sole focus is inward, on yourselves alone. Now, greatness has always come from people who expect nothing and take nothing for granted. Folks who work hard for what they have, then they reach back and help others after them. That is your story. And that is the story of your families. And it's my story too. As I know that I've told folks in the past, I grew up in a family where every penny mattered. I was the first in my family to go to college, first to earn an advanced degree. But it was only possible because many, many people helped me along the way. Teachers who encouraged me, counselors who guided me, and coaches who absolutely kicked my butt. My success is their success, and truthfully, they inspired me and still do, to do my best to encourage, guide, and from time to time, kick some butt when necessary to pay it forward to our Homer students. Please, when you get the chance, remember those who've loved and supported you, then reach back to help whenever you can, someone who has been left out or left behind. So I want you all to go out there, be great, build great lives for yourselves, find your own happiness, and please always help others to do the same. I love you all. I'm so proud of you. I have so much faith in who you will be. Just keep working hard and know that you are strong and capable of anything you put your mind to. I can't wait to see what you all achieve in the years ahead. Thank you. God bless you. And hey, don't forget to stop back to see us. And now, Mrs. Apker, on behalf of the administrative team and the staff of the Homer Central School District, it is my distinct pleasure to present to you the Homer Central School District 2022 graduating class. They have met all requirements set forth by the state of New York to graduate this fine, sunny, beautiful day, Saturday, June 25th, 2022.
We are going to begin the presentation of diplomas at this time. Been asked so that folks can see their loved ones across the stage. I know we have some folks in the back with umbrellas, which is fine, but if you've got an umbrella that's obstructing folks, if you could put that down during the calling of diplomas so folks can see their loved ones. I'd also like to thank our Teachers Association who are now in the stands delivering water. So thank you for that. The job never ends. The valedictorian of the class of 2022, Raymond Meng. Salutatorian of the class of 2022, Lucia Bella Carabella. Senior Class President Hannah Catherine McMasters. Carly Elizabeth Calabro. Hannah Elizabeth Slade. Rachel A. Bowens. Olivia Jade Adams. Emma M. Anderson. Zachary R. Arnold. Stephen R. Baker III. Emily P. Barber. John Matthew Barnes. Olivia Shea Bastian. Nathan W. Barham. Samuel Austin Bieber. Sage William Bischoff. Morgan T. Brown. Madison E. Burlingame. Isaiah James Burrell. Dalton James Bush. Dylan Andrew Bush. Broderick P. Butts. Jacob Christopher Calabro. Jacob Otis Camp. Leah Francis Caps. Sarah Rena Kurgan. Joseph C. Case. Dana Beth Kavanaugh. Jack C. Chevalier. Bryson M. Coggins. Mia Elizabeth Compagni. Alexandria B. Kostich. Madeline Day Cotterill. Connor Michael Creedon. Jorge Enrique Cruz II. William C. Dady. Emily J. Daniels. Riley David Corbin Delage. Tanner William Douglas. Gregory Nathan Dugan. Damari M. Durham. Damani M. Durham. Gabriel Lawrence Actor. Zachary Robert Edwards. Dalton Lamont Eldridge. Cameron Michael Bidler. Sibling moment there. Sorry, Cam. Philip Paul Fish. He's not the heat. Brianna M. Fortin. Lacey Jordan Francis. Colby Fuller. Carly Jane Gallo. Ian Joseph Gilbert. Michael James Grant. Xander Floyd Grover. Brenton E. Hapgood. Amari Miles Hartfield. Joshua E. Hartford. Fiona Eileen Hartnett. Braden M. Hilsinger. Ashlyn Brooke Holcomb. Hannah Kathleen Howe. Callum Bush. Crispin Jenis. Carson Theodore Johnson. Xander Kenneth Johnson. Adam J. Kara. Shakoya M. Coos. Eric Charles Layton. David Edward Caboge. Gavin Chance Litton. Lillian Christine Luty. Andrew B. Lynch Jr. Hunter S. Lyon. Thomas Peter Mahonic. They're nice legs. They're nice legs. I know. Taven P. Malchuk. And he stuck the landing. He stuck the landing. There is only one Taven. Zachary Tyler Marks. Kanye in the back foot. Braden Timothy Marsh. Cheyenne Marshall. Ben Adair McAdam. Isabel Renee McChesney. It's a little hot up here. Abby Paige McLaughlin. Brandon Neil McLaughlin. Kayla Ann Miller. Kira Rose Miller. Arielise Morales. Evan J. Morgan. David Jeremiah Morse. Kaylee Rose Moss. Logan J. Midlinski. Emma Lynn Nero. Happy birthday, Emma. That's the daily double. Sydney Sierra O'Donnell. Lakota Hunter Owen. Elena Faith Pagan. Elizabeth Katerina Park. Gracie A. Patriarcho. Logan Donald Payne. Bryn Elizabeth Peck. Leanna Irene Peck. Logan B. Peck. Aaron M. Platt. Taylin Platt. Roberto William Potts. Ryan Andrew Poole. Connor Lorcan Powers. Zebulon Charles Pringle. Danielle Nicole Quayle. Delphino Hazel Gray Riley. Chloe Riley Roos. Jacob Paul Rubish. Spencer Anthony Rushniak. Sydney Anise Scanlon. Marin Elena Scherer. Madison Case. Garrett Clifton Sickman. Horatio A. Silvernail. Alexis Elizabeth Small. Olivia Rose Small. Anthony Mark Smith. Jack R. Smith. David Justin Songer II. Sarah E. Sobacool. Harley Madison St. John. Colin T. Stevens. Owen Michael Stevens. Stella Eve Stockwin. Jade Nicole Stout. Graydon A. Sturdivant. Gabriel Zion Sikowski.
Yeah, Gabe.
Logan R. Schwartz.
Thank you.
Famous last words. Marcus Alden Cipher.
Awesome. Good job.
Troy J. D. Tinkham. Ashley May Tulin. Drew E. Underwood. Maya Marie Updike. Zachary Edward Van Etten. Go get him. Caitlin Lee View. Aiden T. Villeneuve. Reed A. Villeneuve. Caitlin Elaine Vogel. Samuel Ethan Wagner. Do it with style. Blair Matthew Wakula. Charlotte Donovan Wallace. Bailey Ray Plumley Webster. Derek Cameron Wood. Ryder William Wynn. Well, we're almost there. Well, Ryder is the graduate we've been looking for. And now here comes that gentle breeze we're known for. At this point, I'd ask that our valedictorian, Raymond Meng, and our salutatorian, Lucia Carabella, please stand along with the rest of the members of the class of 2022. Raymond and Lucia will lead us in the moving of the tassels. Congratulations. I'm going to ask Mary, Shara, Olivia, and Alexis Small to come forward. They will join Lucia Carabella, Hannah Slade, and Rachel Ballins. They will lead us in the singing in the alma mater. What a beautiful blue sky. Mr. DeGenero, the alma mater, please. Would you all please rise for the singing of the alma mater?
And we'll cheer for Boulder High School, so loyal and so true. And be a strong defender of her colors white and blue. We must leave the Homer High School for paths and friendships new. But time can never alter devotion tried and true.
Thank you to our senior members of the choir. We're going to let the ladies return to their seats real quick so we can get moving. There's my Instagram picture for later. Got you, Mr. Turk. Mr. DeGenero, thank you for being with us today. At this time, that is the end of our ceremony. Best wishes to the class of 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to ask you to allow the graduates to exit the stadium and then follow them out. Here we go.
That's true. Ashley, you want to meet at the gate? Okay. Up there, they're slow.
Mia, don't get lost, baby girl. Follow Edie.
Get one, Aiden.